Quick, Dwayne. Yeah, Molly, Brent told me I could go off script, so we may be a while.
I don't remember saying that exactly that way.
Close enough, Brent. I got the mic now. Dr. Molly Harris is a mother, wife, sister, daughter, educator, mentor, leader, and friend. Dr. Harris and her husband, Mark, have a 9-year-old daughter, Parker Claire, and 2 dogs, Buddy and Daisy. But I can't think of Molly Harris without thinking of her family, particularly her mom, and her energy and commitment and enthusiasm. I know that your parents will be very proud of you today. She's her mother's daughter in the best possible way. Home has always been very important to Molly. But she wasn't born in Weatherford. She was born in Fort Worth. She just got here as quickly as she could. And as Molly grew in Parker County, so did her love for Weatherford. So today, it's particularly nice to welcome you back home, Molly. Like a lot of people, Dr. Molly Harris chose to attend Weatherford College because she didn't really have any other plans. During that first semester, Dr. Harris saw a familiar face, Mr. Raymond Curtis, on the quad talking to a man who happened to be Dr. Jim Boyd, the president of Weatherford College. And as I understand it, she just walked up to Dr. Boyd and shook his hand and said, "Hi, my name's Molly, and you're going to need to get to know me." That turned out to be one of the most important moments in her life, as I understand it, because Dr. Boyd became a mentor to Molly, introducing her to the concept of servant leadership in the field of higher education administration. During her student years at Weatherford College, Dr. Harris was highly involved in multiple organizations on campus, including Phi Theta Kappa, her beloved Phi Theta Kappa, Student Government Yearbook, Resident Advisor, Drama Club, President's Council, Coyote Mascot, Miss Weatherford College. She led the creation of the Coyote Corps, served meals for parties, gave campus tours, and supported the institution every chance she got. But I remember Molly and a guy named James Brownlee walking up to me in the spring semester the first year I was here and saying, "We'd like to do summer Shakespeare." And I said, "Okay. Well, you find me about 15 people willing to work like slaves for no money at all. And then you find me about another 20 people who actually will do the shows, and I'll think about it and we'll try to find the money." And it wasn't just a couple of weeks later that Molly showed back up with James and all those people. And they worked hard. And they had a great time. And I have to tell you that in my 22 years at this place, that summer and the summer that followed it, thanks to the Botifords, one of the happiest times in my life here at Weatherford College, and I thank you for that. So Dr. Harris completed her Associate of Arts degree in drama in 1998 and transferred to Texas A&M University Commerce, where she worked as a college recruiter and came back to Weatherford College many times to speak to our students. She completed a BS in theater in 2000, a master's in educational leadership in 2001, and earned her doctorate in community college leadership in 2006 from Mississippi State University. Since then, Dr. Harris has worked as a communication professor since 2004, returning to Weatherford College as a speech instructor in August of 2008, where she stayed until 2015, when she got a call from Grayson College, where she now serves as assistant to the president. But Molly still teaches speech with us online as an adjunct instructor, so she never really left. During her faculty years, Dr. Harris was engaged in multiple areas of the college, serving on a number of committees, including the first year experience, new student orientation, which we call WC Live then, commencement, convocation, the QEP, faculty association. But Dr. Harris was most noted for her involvement with Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. She worked diligently to support the mission of the institution through student engagement initiatives such as the Community College Completion Corps, which facilitated student completion, and the College Fish, which was a website to help students understand how to transition from college to university. She worked tirelessly to provide enriching opportunities for her students and to instill in them the love and respect for Weatherford College that she's always had. Her students served as tutors and scribes for the Success Connection and the Office of Accommodation. They volunteered with the Alzheimer's Association at the campus events. And Dr. Harris's passion remained evident in her former students like Shante Sieber and Tracy Rocco Davidson. Service to others remains an important part of Molly's life. Currently, Dr. Harris is on the board of directors for the Denison Chamber of Commerce, the steering committee for the Denison Young Professional Group, Denison Leaders Institute, Denison Youth Leadership Academy. I could keep reading this. It goes on a while. I've only got 5 minutes. What I will tell you is Dr. Harris continues to be involved with her beloved Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, both locally and internationally, having served as the Associate Texas Regional Coordinator and the current Comptroller and Advisor to the Texas region. She is a distinguished Phi Theta Kappa advisor who celebrates 23 years of membership in the society this spring. As an alumna, Dr. Harris continues to speak fondly of Weatherford College. She's eager to make connections with other alum, encouraging them to return to WC and to donate to the foundation. She recruits students and employees, providing recommendations and assisting with scholarship applications and employment applications, and she attends events here as often as her schedule allows. She stays connected to the Institute through social media, but more importantly for us, through her connection to her students and her faculty peers through teaching. When I met Molly, her professional goal was to be a dance instructor and own a dance studio. Remember that?
Oh, I do.
But as great as Molly was as a performer and as a teacher in dance classes, it was clear that Molly was destined for something different. It wasn't long after I met Molly that she decided she wanted to be a college president. In fact, Molly made it pretty clear to me she wanted to be this college's president. Now, we love Dr. Farmer. We hope you'll have a good long tenure here. But I put money on Molly someday down the line. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and my honor to introduce to you my friend and our distinguished alum, Dr. Molly Harris.
What a hoot. I always tell my students, never touch the mic. Here I am. Okay, I'll just talk loud. Okay. So it's really kind of funny when you're the speech teacher and then you have to give a speech, because people expect this fantastic thing. But let me tell you, you're not going to get that today. It's an honor to be here, and when all the other distinguished alums stood up, it's a little humbling to sit in a room. Wow, I'm going to get emotional. Filled with mentors and former professors and a former student and my family, and oh my God. I was doing good until Mike mentioned my mom, and then it all went to hell in a handbasket. So I told my husband earlier this week, like, I gotta think of something to say when I accept this award, and he said, how about thank you? And I said, well, I think it's supposed to be a little longer than that. And at the same time, we looked at each other and went, thank you. So then I felt like I could share some of my shenanigans from when I was a student, but I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is on some of them, and so maybe I can't. So I'm sorry that I hazed students when I was here. I really didn't know it was a problem. I didn't know it was hazing if it was all in fun, but it was fun, and please don't come after me. So Mike shared a couple of the stories that I was going to share, and it is really true. I walked up to Jim Boyd that day and said, you're going to need to know me. And I had no idea that at 18 what that meant. He was such an influential person in my life. Wow. I was teaching dance. There was a little studio over here near where Hutch's is, in the little shopping center. And I lived on campus, didn't have a car. And so I would walk back and forth across the parking lot from the residence hall. And one evening, the owner of the studio told me, you know, I think I'm going to retire. And I think you can just kind of pick up and take off, and here it is, have it. And I'm not really sure that's what I'm going to do, but I think I'm just going to give you the studio. Okay. At 20 years old, there has to be more for me in life. Like this is not like how you're going to reach your ultimate goal. And so I was walking back, it was probably 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, really safe. Walking back across what is the south parking lot. It didn't have a name back then. And I can tell you the exact parking lot, the spot where I was when it all just kind of hit me. There has to be something more for me. What is it? Okay, so I could teach maybe a school of performing arts, like FAME, right? Like that would be really cool. Okay, so what am I gonna need to do that? Okay, I'm gonna have to be like a real educator, and I'm gonna have to like learn things, and probably gonna need a doctorate for that. Okay, but wait, like maybe I could even like lead a college. Maybe I could be like Jim Boyd. And I like stopped right in that moment. And you have those moments in life where you think, this is the aha. And I wanted to kind of absorb that. And I wanted to remember that moment because it was important. So I was a theater major, and what Mike didn't tell you is what he really said to me when he said that I wasn't going to be a dance teacher when I grew up. He said, Molly, I have no doubt that you're talented, but you're 5'0" and you're round. You'll never be a professional dancer.
Mike.
And he was right. I'm still 5'0" and round. I was never going to be a rockette, right? Like it just wasn't in it for me. But what Mike didn't tell you is that after my 3 glorious years at Weatherford College and 110 hours of credit, I was a successful student. I just hung on a little too long, so I'm sorry I skewed the data for y'all. It happens. It was that summer, that magical summer where we did 3 wonderful shows in this facility. And he said, well, where are you going after this? And it was, I don't know, June or July. And I said, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he said, okay. And the next day he came to me and he said, I made you an appointment. You're going to A&M Commerce and you're gonna talk to this person. And I said, okay. He said, trust me, my wife went to school there, she has her degree, it's great, you're gonna love it. I said, okay. Had it not been for those 2 moments in my life, I may still be a student at Weatherford College. 575 hours later, and I don't know what would have happened, but I needed that kick out of the nest. And because of that, I have kicked several students out of the nest because I know how hard it is, especially for my Phi Theta Kappa students who get so connected and it's so comfortable, and the fear of leaving the nest is real. And so thank you for kicking me out. It's important. So what I learned at Weatherford College is how to be a friend. I learned how to be a collaborator and how to be a servant leader. I learned how to be a cheerleader in the literal and figurative sense. I learned how to be a team player and a communicator and a colleague. And I learned the importance of developing others, giving in and pouring into my students. I'm so fortunate to have Shantae back on this campus. She is what Weatherford College needs, and we worked really hard to get her back here. And Rocco was supposed to be here, and he emailed me, and he couldn't get away from his very important big wig professional job. And it's students like Shantae and Rocco who have really changed me. You saw Weston Decker in the video. He's one of mine too. But I also learned a couple of other things. I learned how to steal a tray from the cafeteria and slide down the hill by the gym. Some of you are nodding. How to slide down the hill by the gym when it's icy. I also learned that it's really hard to climb up that hill when it's icy. And that was the only way to food when I was a student and the campus was closed. And I was on all fours and I was crawling up the hill. And the baseball guys thought it would be really funny. I guess it wasn't baseball then, it was the golf guys. They thought it would be really funny to like kick me. And so I slid on my tummy with my arms and my legs stretched out all the way back down the hill. I worked really hard for that meal that day. Mama would have been proud. I learned how to sew. I learned the magic of the serging machine. I learned a whip stitch, the importance of draping, and the importance of the little snips. These are things that Mike Endy taught me. I never thought he would teach me how to sew, but there are things. But I learned really that it is the people that make Weatherford College so amazing. Madame Smeet is here, and she was my high school French teacher. And just all of you in this room who have made this institution what it is and continue to provide opportunities for others. We're so very fortunate, and I can't wait to see what Weatherford College looks like in 150 years, because I'll still be here. Thank you guys for the honor.